Hi, this is Mark with a midweek update. So yesterday we saw the federal funds rate. The Fed have paused their rate rises and their comments afterwards are seen as being hawkish. Not a massive effect so far on the markets, although New York opens again in the next few hours. They also, yesterday we had a reaction to the PPI came out and the dollar dropped. The big event for today is the ECB, so don't be in a rush to trade anything with the euro until that is out of the way, and the press conference. Remember, what they say in the statement is not necessarily when they get some curveball questions in the press conference, so you wait for that to come out before entering any euro trades, in my opinion. Now, interesting, overnight we had the employment news from Australia came out much better than expected. We also last week had an unexpected rate rise, and the RBA said that they may well raise rates again. So whilst the Fed are looking at pausing and possibly cutting later in the year, the Aussies are willing to raise their rates, all of which is positive for the Australian dollar. And my bias, I am tempted to change my bias. All I wanted to do so far this year is sell the AUD, but depending what happens in the next couple of days, I may well decide to buy. So I'm going to show you the trades I am interested in, and I'm also going to flick through my charts and show you the ones that I will ignore, and that's most of them for today. So the dollar index, we've seen that we've broken back below the 55 EMA on a weekly. Daily, it's stuck here. It's not really giving us any clues. Euro pound, this is an A grade short for me. This is 50% fib. This is a break of a major area of previous support and resistance in a downtrend. I have multiple reasons therefore for the entry. I also have multiple reasons for the stop above this bunch of EMAs and the 61.8 fib. So it's risking 30 pips for at least a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, and potentially it could go much further. Technically, we could be on for a drop all the way back down around 83.40. And the thing is with the Eurozone is officially in recession, and the UK, despite all the Brexit bashers, is not. So fundamentally, it may well be that the euro is going to drop. Swissy at the minute, it's in the middle of nowhere. On a 4 hour, it's just meandering along in a channel. I don't have enough reasons for the stop. I don't have enough potential drop for this really as well. I am more interested in other pairs. The euro is interesting, but this ECB news could screw with it. So if price moves up and then pulls back into here, 108, 108.10, I would be interested to long this pair. The pound is drifting ever higher. There was actually a good setup here yesterday, and I missed this. I wasn't paying attention. 125.00. We had a break. The initial break was here. So we had a pullback to 50% fib, the break of a trend line, 55 EMA, and you could also put a trend line in here as well. That was the sweet spot for this one. And here was the logical place to expect it to run out of steam, and therefore from a target point of view, you're looking at 50 pip stop for a potential 180 pip gain. That was a no-brainer. If it pulls back into 125, I would be interested to long the pound. AUD, now I've just explained about the AUD. This is on a weekly, and on a weekly we have broken the range it's been stuck in, but is being held down at the moment by this 55 EMA. And I had fibbed it going down. Once 78.6 fib breaks, I now am of a mind that this is a change in direction, and therefore my bias is about to change. Now yesterday it couldn't break the 55, and this is a major area of previous support and resistance, and it pulled back in after making the attempt. Now the news has come out today. I do want to long this. If we get a break and close up here today or Friday for next week, I would be interested for a pullback into 6800 to long. I'm also going to show you a setup on the 4 hour. And on the 4 hour, technically this doesn't meet all the rules for Earth and Sky, but at 6700, bear in mind there is big US news out in a couple of hours time. If this was to drop from its current position into here, that would be 120 pips. It's already done 60 pips today of an average range of 64, so we've already done the range. But if it was to come back into here, then I would be willing to long the AUD at 6,700. So 67.05, just above the whole number. So that one does interest me. New Zealand dollar, stuck in a range, not interested. Dollar yen has gone. I wanted to pull back. All of the yens have gone, so we're going to ignore them today. USD CAD. We had better than expected news last week from Canada. We also had an unexpected rate rise. It still couldn't break this 13300 area. Until or unless it breaks here, I'm not going to short and I'm not going to long either, leaving it alone. AUD yen, it's gone. Forget about it for now. AUD CAD, this is the one I showed you in the live training session on Tuesday. I split the entry. I put half entry here and my preferred entry was all the way back up here. But what I was explaining is I don't want to miss it all together. So I placed half the order here, half the order there. Now this was 50 odd pips up a moment ago. It's now moving back up again. I am going to move the stop to half the risk on this. And I'm going to tuck it just above the 200 EMA. It's done 66 pips of an average range of 74. But the advantage for me for this is it could be a 250 pip move. It could be a 600, which would be 1 to 10 risk reward ratio. It's the New Zealand dollar against the CAD. Other than that, I need bigger pullbacks for most of the pairs. And as I say, there's the big news coming out soon. And also, it's tomorrow. I don't trade on a Friday either. So showing you a few setups. Watch the news carefully. Don't be in a rush to trade around the news. And have a great day. Catch you later. Don't forget to like and share this video. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel for future tips and updates.